Like at this point, I really wanted to cry. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. And if you're a first timer, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Now, today we're here to talk about, as you've seen from the title, my first time ever at the airport. So I'm going to share a few tips hapa na pale, and then at the same time share my story of how the experience was like. Of course, kuna the excitement and the anxiety together and wondering how it's gonna be. So one, you usually advise kindly get to the airport early. So I remember on my way to the airport, so I took a cab from wherever I was coming from to the airport. So me, I was telling myself that once I get there, like nikifika kwa gate, I'll just alight and walk in. And I remember a friend of mine told me that there are usually buses to pick you from the gates all the way to the terminal that you'll be boarding from. So I'll attach a video of myself like going through the gate passes and all that, all the way to the terminal.
So once you get to the gate, if you're not the one driving, you alight and then go through the gate pass. So that's the small house you can see there is the gate pass. After the gate pass, you go back to your cab.
So one thing I realized is that you cannot walk from the gate. You cannot say you're going to walk from the gate to your boarding terminal, especially if you're not in good time. I'll attach a clip to show you the distance from the gate of the airport all the way to the place where you're supposed to board. Now, they usually recommend that you should get to the airport like 3.5 hours before your boarding time. Remember, kuna difference there. There's a difference between boarding time and departure time. Because if you ever arrive at the airport at your boarding time, trust me, you won't even board that plane. Itakuacha. Na sasa hiyo umeshinda ukilala ukiota venye utawachwa na ndege. So save yourself the hassle and arrive in good time. So arriving in good time will save you, one, the long lines or the long queues in the checking in the security pass, and also if the distance from where you did your security check all the way to the gate that you're supposed to board from is very far. So you need to put all this time into factor. You need to factor in all this time. So the other thing is once you are light, when your cab has dropped you, especially for an international flight, there's usually what do you call these trolleys, like somewhere where you'll alight, and you can use that to carry your luggage to the place where you're supposed to check in. So if you ever arrive and you have quite a large amount of luggage, check for the trolleys to help you carry your luggage in to where you're supposed to check in. So that's that. Also, you need to know the terminal from where you're boarding from, as it will be indicated in your ticket, so that the cab driver or whoever is driving you to drop you at the right terminal where you're supposed to board from. So there's a difference between a different terminal for an international flight and also a domestic flight. That's that. So I remember once I put my bags or my luggage on this trolley from where I was dropped, and then I'm pulling them in to the place where I now need to start checking in. And then I just go in and I ask them, can someone accompany me even if they're not like going to board? And they were like, no one else can accompany you. Hey man, they maybe quite like, bro, what are you saying? What are you saying, Maze? So like ukifika kwa gate or the entrance to the place where you're supposed to check in, like that's the last place you can be with someone. But I found it quite unfair because So this is late after my first experience when I was escorting a friend who was going for an international flight. So they were from a different country, like they were boarding, and then they were accompanied by their parents who are going to board later, and they're not from Kenya. And they were allowed in, so they were allowed in to help them through the checking in and all that. So nilifeel like kuna some bias in you. Wakiona maybe when in Kenya, unakaa hivi kienyeji, eh? I think we need to know people so that we're able to escort our people nicely as they're taking these international flights. So there's that. So the other bit is so like I really at this point when like no one else can come in and accompany you as you're about to leave and do the check-ins and security part and all, like at this point I really wanted to cry.
Okay guys, I'm leaving. I just got here and I'm scared. So we are checking in right there. Yeah, it's check. I went and imagine I had to come out. I'm scared like the person that brought me yani 2 seconds now. I think this is the last point where we can be together. Now I want to cry.
Honestly, hey, cause it's such a new experience and I don't know, like I've never been here before, you know, inakuja na some anxiety. Hey, so there I was really like, Father Lord Almighty, what do I do now? And then you guys mazena mingzenyu ati unafika kwa airport and then you start crying, si ubaki mimi niende. Ningebaki mwenye amenileta ende, but it's because of an emotion you can't explain. Yeah, so anyway, so I gathered courage, nikamwacha, I went in, still pushing my bags. But then you need to know how to push that trolley. Acha niwaambie, I'll attach, inakwanga na ka rubber part hapa chini, you're supposed to squeeze it so that it can move. Okay, push tu hivyo slowly, it won't move. So you like clinch that ka thing. When God akikubless na ufike hapo utajua. So that's that. So after that I went in. So mimi Aki, I was so new and green, sijui kitu. Yani hata sikuwa nimejifamiliarize na anything. So mimi nafuata wase, naekelea bags hapa, nafungua inaangaliwa. So at this point, this was before check-in. Like check-in me when you go like give your passport, ticket, whatever flight you're taking, na upewe boarding pass huko. Before ufike hapo, kuna sijui kama you've ever seen these bags that have been wrapped in kama cling film kikubwa. Let me tell you, wacha mimi nifuate watu. Bags zangu ni ngapi? Bwegzi. Daily. 1 backpack and all my travel bag. Courtesy of Derry. So mimi, imagine I had my bag wrapped because we nilifuata watu and I didn't like, and at this point I didn't have money, but thank God I had just a little cash in my credit card. So your point naenda hapo naambiwa mtana wrap your bag, how much? 1,500. Trust me, I didn't have money. So I was like, hey, sasa at this point siwezi anza kujihangaisha huku angao sina pesa. So nikatoa tu credit card, shui ikaswap 1,500. Ikaenda hivyo. So baadaye I was like, I'm taking a very short flight, be it though international. But again, I had my bag wrapped and I've had to spend the money. And I didn't know why. Me, I just followed people. So here is why you need to get your bag wrapped. One, it's usually there as a security seal and for security purposes. It will prevent vitu zako kuibiwa. But then I had like your bags can get zinaweza for all. They can get stolen into. So if you'll be taking a long flight, it's good to have them wrapped. wrapped with that kibiki cling film. Also, to prevent spillages, kama ulikuwa umebeba maybe mafuta, like your lotions, your whatnot, it just provides the sense of security and also spillages, and you will retain every precious thing that you have in your bag. So save that tip for later, especially if you will ever take a long flight. So well, sasa kama singejua hii ifanywe hivyo singejua, but now I know that you know. So after hapo sasa nikaenda kucheck in. Mtu anaulizangwa, hey Yvonne, do you have any bag that you want to check in? So unapeana kibaki kubwa. There's usually like a range of bags. You can have a carry-on bag. This bag you can carry it on the plane that can fit into the cabin that they have in the plane. So it should not be a bag bigger than like a certain inch. Just a standard. You see the smallest suitcase. The smallest suitcase. That's the least or the match that you can have as your carry-on bag. Or anything larger than that, you have it checked in. So me, I just checked in my bag, to just enjoy the comfort and all. So after checking in, as you check in, you say yes, you have a bag you want to check in. So you check you in, and also they usually have kgs. So if your bag is over what kgs, you'll be charged an extra fee. But kuna standard like 20 kgs and below, then that's free. So I checked in my bag. I was given my boarding pass and my passport. Then nikaambiwa I'll proceed to immigration, then security. So this was on my left, I remember. Let me show you guys my boarding pass. Yeah, so this is my boarding pass. It's looking like something like this. I'll be able to zoom it in for you. It shows the flight number, the boarding time, the gate that I used to board, and then the seats where I'll sit on the plane, the cabin, and also the seats. Again, all these are something you can tear. So boarding pass, your names, where you're going to, where you're coming from, and all of that, and also the dates and everything. So after being given my boarding pass, you're supposed to proceed to immigration, where they get to ask you a couple of questions. They ask you, who are you going with? So at this point I was going alone, so nasema alone. For how long will you be there? What are you going to do? Are your parents aware? Give me the number of your parents. They also ask you, do you have a return ticket? So mimi nakumbuka niliulizwa hizo maswali zote, who I was going with, where I'm going, what are you going to do, after how long will you be back? And then I remember I gave the number of my dad. He was aware, like my parents were aware. So like you need to be able to answer this question at this point. But let me tell you, I was very green at any one. Maybe I proceeded left to your place, the immigration. Do you know I just went past them? And went up to security na nikapanga line, nikakaa hapo. At some point nika realize the person ahead of me, they have something that I don't have. I don't recall what it was. Honestly, I don't. However, that's how you get the stamp. The first stamp. Something like that. Yeah, actually, yes. You get your first stamp. So at this point, so after realizing kuna kitu si na mimi nikaanza kurudi. So I was the only person going in the opposite direction from other people. And now when I wanted to go to where they were, Sasa madam, where are you going? I'm coming here. How did you pass there? So those people had Zuba, they didn't see me going up, and me, I didn't know I was supposed to pass there anyway. So my day, like I was very great. So coming back then, I get nikapata the stamp, and then now they let me now go back to security. At this point, I was afraid to film so much because I feel easy places equal street, and also I can take security. So when you go to the security beat, I went back and queued again. So when you're queuing at the security check, one, you take off your shoes, you take off your belt, you take off any metallic thing you have on you, your bag and everything you put on the train. I'm going to show you a video of that of myself just putting all these things in the tray. And then see, I had checked in my bigger bag. So my other smaller, my backpack, it had water, I remember. And imagine you're not supposed to carry water. Maze, mi niko najambia, wacha nibebe tu maji. In case nikie kiu uko or kwa ndege, I'll have something to quench myself. So, nikafikiwa, I checked in everything, and then kwa bag nikaambiwa, you have a bottle that is half empty. Kasema, yeah, imagine. Kambwe, no more yote, you're not supposed to carry that. So they assist you, someone helps pour it for you, and then give you back your bottle. Yeah. So at this point, the security checks is very, very strict. So just be ready to viatu. So before you wear easy shoes that are easy to take off, and also you can put on some socks because utakanyaga chini. Yeah. After that, after you're done with the security check, you proceed to the gate number. So I remember I was boarding through gate 16. So I hata sikumbuki ilikuwa wapi, but maze ilikuwa mbali basi sana. So nikaenda hapo nikapata wase wengine imeandikwa gate 16, nita-attach, nikakaa chini. But nikakuwa restless, yeah? Curiosity was not giving me patience because I felt like, hey, let me look around, nijue what is here. So nikaanza kutembea. Honestly, I was thirsty and they poured my water. So I remember saying, let me just walk around and see if I can get something to quench my throat. I'll attach that video. Let me tell you, my friend, hey, si umesikia nililipia kurapiwa bag na my credit card. Kwenda kuangalia what I can buy, not even chocolate, my friend. The prices were skyrocketing. Mimi your innocent girl, liko hapa tu kwa neema. My friend, my sister. Hey, na hivyo ndivyo nilikauka mpaka nikafika kwa ndege. Yani there was nothing I could buy. And then things are being sold in dollars. Let's not even talk about it.
Hey guys, so the sound is quite low. I'm at the airport and it's been quite an experience. I'm just trying to find something that I could probably quench my throat before I go through gate 15 and 16. It's my first time flying. I'm scared. I don't know what, where, when, how. I know nothing. So I'll keep you posted.
So I just decided to walk around. So when you sit at gate 16, you'll use the gate, like the car tunnel, to go to your plane, and you'll have your boarding pass checked. So walking around, we decided, hey, wacha niende nione hizi washrooms za airport vile zinakaanga. So see, I decided to just go. So you can see me walking in there, filming as I walk in. And then there was a lot of like air conditioning in there. So let me tell you, okay, there was really nothing exciting about them other than the noise. But let me tell you, they called for boarding when I was in the washroom. Nilisikia tu, KQ, flight 494, you're ready for boarding. Hey, mstay. Which is the speed of 180 kilometers per minute. That was akiniliharakisha. Ninge imagine ati venye nitaachwa na ndege. Can never be. You cannot be. So Aki, that was funny. It will always be a highlight that they called for boarding for my first flight when I was in the washroom or in the water closet. yeah, so they called for boarding. I was excited. The hostesses or the attendants, like they're really kind. Like, hi, how are you? Welcome. So I was so excited that I was that young when I boarded my first flight.
Here's our gate. Here's our gate. I don't know if you can see the wing. Oh my god. I am going right in. Go for it. Knowing that they were saying.
And you can just see my reaction on how excited I was and all that. So hope you enjoy and hope you've learned a tip or two on how to navigate the airport. So always make sure you get there in good time and prepare yourself psychologically for all these things. And always ask around if you're not aware of anything. Also, there's free Wi-Fi in the airport. That is if you're in another country, because the your resident phone SIM card it isn't working. Yeah, so that's my first time experience, and I think it was really exciting. Yeah, it was really exciting. So I think next time I'll share with you my first time on the plane. So subscribe, like, and share as you wait for God to bring your miracle your way, and you'll also have a story to share. See you in my next video. Ciao.